So we're left off with the tip being a problem, for me anyway. I always have issues with these things. First point of the day, basically. I started the video day with describing my tools and how I assign my points. But this is the first napping video of the day. Still not in the groove, not in the zone. I've slept already. I slept, so I forgot how to nap. I've slept since yesterday, or whenever I uploaded my last Flintknapping video. It was 2 days ago. I slept twice already. That's even worse. Does it get that bad, really? Just ask any napper how easy it is to forget how to nap. Or how easy it is to become rusty at it. Just ask any experienced napper how easy it is to get rusty. Me? 2 days. Yep. Especially if I sleep a lot. Oh yeah. I was getting a cold, or I got a cold, so I was sleeping a lot. Past couple days. Now everything's hunky-dory. Once again. Everything's good. Everything's fine. So what do I talk about? I just saw a video the other day. I think I already talked about this. I watch philosophy videos and I listen to books on philosophy. I've been studying philosophy for about 2 years. I don't know, someone correct me if they know. When I started first mentioning philosophy books, I listened to a lot of books on philosophy. So yeah, I know most of these dudes now. Yeah. I'm convinced that they allow philosophers to exist as long as they're more stupid than the current authorities. Yep. If the philosophers start getting too smart, they suppress them or they don't even talk about them at all. Yeah. Because there's some weird stuff out there. And I've been getting back into learning all those things in mathematics that were jammed down our throats in college. When I was in engineering school, they really jammed the math down our throats without any explanation. Basically, just learn this and learn that. Everyone has to learn these because these are tools for your career, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but you're teaching us little tricks and hacks within the mathematics. What does that got to do with the career? I mean, we don't even know what's going on. We just learn these little hacks and little tricks and little maneuvers and stuff. So I've been looking at those little maneuvers. You know what I'm thinking? A lot of these guys that are philosophers are also mathematicians. They think that their little mathematical maneuvers are translate over to little maneuvers within the language. But you can invent something out of nothing just by talking about it. Just like in math, you can invent something out of nothing. And you can actually manipulate it within within the workings of a solution to a problem. You can incorporate these strange notions into the mathematics as shortcuts. And they try to do that with language too. I've noticed. Yeah. They think just because you can talk about it, it becomes something within existence. And they use it to answer questions. Well, if you answer questions with something that's not in existence, you're not answering the question. You might look like you have an answer, but it's not. How can you answer it if the thing you're talking about really doesn't exist? The thing you're using to explain something doesn't exist. And there's lots of things in mathematics that they don't really exist in reality. I say lots, but it just seems like lots. There isn't that many things that don't exist. But there are paradoxes within mathematics that are not part of reality, but you can then invent a paradox within mathematics, or contradictions that don't exist in reality, but they're definitely there in mathematics within the structure of the problem or the solution. You know, finding unknown quantities, fine. You can use mathematics to find unknown quantities, but if you use it to inform your philosophy, you run into problems. And I think that's what happened. But that's not the only thing that happened. The powers that be at the time would squash anything that was not authoritarian, or things that were not supportive of authoritarianism. Yeah. Okay, so it's kind of smooth now as far as the step fractures go. I could thin it some more, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to notch it and then sharpen it. I'm trying to think of a point that I have not made in a while. I got some suggestions, but I've already made the arrowheads that were suggested. The true arrow points, I mean. Except for a few that I didn't recognize the names. I did not recognize the names of some of the true arrow points that I was suggested to make. I didn't, I don't know all of them by heart. I gotta look them up. So I gotta look up some of them. Do that today sometime. Anyway, I'm just gonna sharpen this. I still see some dull spots. Usually I sharpen at the very end of the process. Copper is easier to use when sharpening because it grabs the edge a little bit better. But I just need to make the adjustment for the steel and it'll be okay. Yeah, I guess. Okay. Let's see. Everyone wants to see complicated and very difficult notches. Complicated in the technique used, not complicated in how they look. Because all notches are pretty straightforward as far as they look. But the procedure for creating them can get complicated. How so, you might ask? Well, just keep watching. That's why I have a video of it and not a podcast on how to make arrowheads. It's a video. You got to wait and see with your eyes. I don't have to explain anything. Yeah. In fact, I'm overdue for a no sound video, a no talk video. I'm overdue. Where's the no talk videos, man? Where are they all? I know you got the ability to do those. Do them. Yeah. They're coming. Yeah. Something for everybody, hopefully, on this channel. Hopefully. All right. Am I getting dull? It's best to have a sharpness on there. Or not cutting sharp, but no burrs or lumps or anything or little dents. It's smooth contour, no burrs, that sort of thing. That way, if I do want to grab the edge, it'll grab it without going, you know, without chattering along the edge. It'll just grip it and snap cleanly. But that one I just push down from the top surface down. Sometimes I try to grab the edge and then push down, but that usually only happens when I want to remove little bitty flakes, like right there. Usually I'll be up on the top, on the surface, pushing down. It's a little more gentle that way. As far as the flake removals, if I really want to be aggressive, then I had to push into the edge slightly and then inward as well as downward. That's more aggressive. That's what takes off the barbs and stuff. Like that one there. See, that was partly gripping the edge and then pushing inward and downward to get a good pop out. But those are dangerous because they can take off a whole barb. If that conchoidal fracture, that semicircular fracture is big, if you have a big bulb, it'll take off material you don't want removed. Oh yes. Can also snap the whole point. This is thick enough, I don't have to worry about it. It's thicker than that flake. Let's see. See the flake point? It's thinner than the point I'm working on. That's why these are difficult. These flakes are difficult. Very, very thin. They will snap. Even though we can put nice notches in those easily, we can only do it if it doesn't snap on us. If it doesn't snap in half or snap the tip off or snap the bottom off, those things are snapoids. Yeah, it's hard to do that kind of pop out too, where you can just remove a bunch of material if it's all junky in there. Like lots of steps and step fractures and little unreleased flakes and all that kind of stuff. On a thin point, you can't do that without risking snapping the whole thing. Okay. See, that was inward and downward. Another risky large pop out. And on a thin flake, I don't even dare to do that. On a thin flake, it's just downward pressure. Everything's downward pressure. And if you, once in a while, if you do have a thick spot somewhere, you just cross your fingers, press hard, inward and downward, and like that, and hope it doesn't snap the whole thing. Now I'm going to do a narrow neck on this one. Some of these had narrow necks, and it's difficult to do the narrow necks. It's risky. Risky, risky. Some say it's reckless. Are we biting our nails yet? Oh yeah. How far are we going to push our luck? How far am I going to push it? I'm pushing it pretty far because I can't see what I'm doing. If you can't see what you're doing, you're risking it. Yeah. So I got to be careful. I'm abrading the bottom of the notch. Why? It makes it more narrow that way. That's the easy way to do it. The easy way to make it more narrow. Gotta worry about symmetry. Oh yes. All for the OCDs out there. Symmetry, symmetry. Me included. Although if it's not too bad, I don't sweat it. Literally, I don't lose any sweat over the symmetry. Yeah, that's a problem. That's an issue. I can't see. Let me see. I'm gonna try something here. I'm gonna try something. I literally cannot see the edge when it starts to get translucent like that. And that color against this pad, it really isn't. It really can be an issue. I need my thicker tipped Sharpie. I can really get in there. All right. The danger with this is that it rubs off on the arrowhead if I start too soon. All right. Can I see? Yeah. I can see. All right. Yes, yes, I can. All right, much better. So why do I need to see? Because I'm going to take these barbs down and make them really sharp. Take them down, which means I'm going to be moving the edge a little bit inward. Yeah, much better. I can see what I'm doing. If I mess up, I can see exactly where I'm messing up. Yeah. Why is that useful? It's not really. Just saying. Come on. The barbs, I have better success with delicate barbs than I do with delicate tips. I should just pretend the tip is a barb. Pretend. But then I get the funny stomachache that I'm fooling myself. I get the fooling myself stomachache. I say, no, that's not the barb, dude. And then snap or step fracture. Damn it, I wish I could pretend it was the barb. Dang it. Why can't I just fool myself a little bit? You fool yourself with other things. Yeah. I gotta get rid of those step fractures. I hate to do it, but I gotta abrade to get rid of those step fractures because I think the edge is too thin there. That's why I'm getting them. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it is a little bit too thin, but oh, oops. The whole point slid. Yeah. I'm just going to have to live with the step fractures. Took a little bit too much off of there. On a side note, I took too much off. It's going to be really pointy to make it symmetrical. Who's still got fingernails left? Because I'm going to make you chew them right down to the nubs after this pass. Oh yes. Risky, risky. All right, so I'm pretty much done with the pass on that side. Not going to do this side. Pretty much done. I'll never say that I'm totally done. I'm pretty much done with the pass on that other side. And that was easy. This side seems to nap easier than the other side. Yeah. I can grab the edge easily on this side for some reason. Yeah. This is what's good about having a domed pad, because I can not worry about the contours of the pad interfering with my concentration. I can just push off a flake and not worry about where's the point on the pad before I push off on the flake. Gotta make sure if the flake has a notch or something in it, I gotta make sure the arrowhead is positioned properly above the notch or whatever. This way, I don't have to worry about the arrowhead being positioned correctly. I just flake. That's it. Almost. Still got to worry about too much pressure on the other side. I could snap a barb off just by pressure from my fingers. All right, so symmetry is the last thing. And I'll remove some from this side here to make it match up with that side, but also do it in a way that helps to remove some thickness from the tip. There's a lump here that I would love to get rid of. It's a lump there. It's a little bit like a lump there. Yeah. Looks that way to me. I don't know. Maybe not, but it's bugging me. everybody not able to see? I know, some of you are taking a nap, you don't need to see anyway. Okay, let's see if I can get rid of some of that lumpage. Everybody knows about lumpage. Oops, I gotta make sure I don't mess this up by just something simple. Yeah, it's difficult to hold on to these small points. Yeah, some of the lump is gone. If you make it narrow enough, you can just thin it down by pushing downward to remove a flake. If it's narrow enough, you just push downward and it goes past halfway. Yeah, that's about as thin as I want to take it. Yeah, on the very tip. I'm going to do some more thinning down here a little bit, just to pass the time a little bit. Everything's a little bit. Yeah, everything is subtle. A little bit here, a little bit there. A little bit everywhere. Yeah, I don't want to install a step fracture. Come on. And I don't want to abrade it with the abrading stone or the abrader because it abrades too much. I still see a lump. Now, are these pointy arrowheads good for pendants? No. It's funny you should ask that. Because I got to do a pendant here before the week is over. Someone's wanting a pendant. One of the neighbors. Yeah, and you got people watching you, got neighbors watching you, and they figure out what you do, and they, ooh, I'd like one of those. Yeah. Cool. See if I can fit it in. I'll see if I can get it in there and get you one. Maybe I'll even do it on video. Yeah. Really? Yeah. They ask, really? Well, yeah. I mean, that's what I do now. I try to put everything on video now. I try to do everything stealthy on the side, just no distractions, and just go to town and do some stuff on the side. And I end up breaking a bunch of stuff. Doesn't work out. I mean, if I'm going to break something and waste all that time, the only way to make up for that is if I have it on video, then someone can benefit from it. Yeah. Someone will benefit from watching the process on video. Whereas if it's not on video, no one gets to see anything, and then it's like I never did anything if it breaks. Yeah, I've been through that before. I've talked about that before. You work on stuff on the side, and if it ends up breaking, it's like you didn't do anything. What you been doing all week? Well, I was doing a lot, but then nothing happened. I worked a lot, but nothing happened. Really? How does that work? I thought working hard gets you pretty far. Well, Flintknapping is a little bit different kind of craft than most things. Yep. You could end up ruining it. And then you got nothing. Nothing to show for your time. Whoops. Okay. I think we're at the stopping point. I could try to get rid of some of that mess. but I don't want to mess with the mess. I got the edges sharp enough. I got the tip pointy enough. I got the lumps flat enough. I got it translucent enough. The thinner you get it, the more translucent it becomes. It's okay. Let's see. Yeah, it's good the way it is. I like it. Alrighty.